Do you know what a conspiracy theory is? A conspiracy theory is the belief that a group of people are secretly trying to harm someone or achieve something. They are often based on faulty evidence and pseudoscience. We have some examples of conspiracy theories here. Have you ever taken a nap or slept longer the next day to make up for your sleep after staying up all night? Maybe a lot of people have had that experience. However, according to a study by Harvard Medical School, taking extra sleep to overcome sleep deprivation may seem right, but it is not. The study examined the effects of chronic sleep deprivation on work performance and shows that it is almost impossible to catch up sleep to improve performance. Research shows that even 10 more hours of sleep to compensate for only 6 hours a night for up to 2 weeks is worse than staying up all night in reaction time and concentration. In other words, there is virtually no way to recover lost sleep. Here are some ways some shift workers can try to get a good night's sleep during their break. First, wear sunglasses to keep out the sun when you go home. Second, keep the same bedtime and wake-up schedule on weekends. Third, when sleeping, remove light and noise with eye patch and ear plug. In these ways, you might not catch up your sleep, but you can have a nice sleep.
Is it true that we use only 10% of the brain in our lifetime? It's not true. Professor Chabris and Professor Simons told the Wall Street Journal that contrary to this conventional wisdom, we use the entire brain. Unused neurons die and unused brain circuits shrink. This false belief may have become more solid because of a brain image that only light on in part. But it lights on only in areas where the brain's activity exceeds the standard and the dark part is not asleep or unused. In addition, Barbara Sakian, a professor of neuropsychology at Cambridge University in the UK, said the entire brain is active and used simultaneously. Neurons involved in thought are always doing something. Recently, when the brain is photographed with functional magnetic resonance imaging or positron emission tomography, which is widely used for the development of medical imaging technology, various areas of the brain are found to work simultaneously even in simple thinking. So, why did people come to believe this myth? It seems that people are trying to believe in this conventional wisdom because of the hope for self-improvement, the idea that hard work can expand thinking. According to Scott O. Lilienfeld, professor of psychology at Emory University in the US, this myth also has positive aspects that motivate people to exercise creativity and increase productivity. Such myths give people encouragement and hope, so they have been believed for a long time. But in the end, according to recent studies, we are also using every part of the brain. Not all parts of our brain are used at the same time, but there is no part of our brain that does nothing.
Many people think that video games hinder children's learning. But is that true? It's not true. Of course, too much immersion in games can lead to game addiction. However, games are useful and have a positive effect on children's education. Silicon Valley researchers have published studies showing that moderate video games can improve children's cognitive learning skills by as much as 12%. The research also shows that games have a good effect on improving hand and eye coordination, memory, and problem-solving skills. In fact, video games are used for educational purposes in foreign schools such as Finland and Sweden. According to the OECD's International Student Assessment data, Finnish students study half of the nation's study time but have higher math scores. Finnish and Swedish teachers said They help students in 4 different areas when using the appointment increase. First, it can motivate students. Second, students' attention can be focused on the purpose of the game. Thus, the learning environment can be improved since the teacher's judgment exercise does not take place in the course of learning. First, as teachers and students continue to discuss ways to play games well, teachers will be perceived as peer-to-peer being to students. This helps teachers and students interact in a familiar way. Therefore, video games are useful in education as a whole, if not too much.
Is chocolate bad for your health? No, it's not harmful. Chocolate is healthier than you think. Then how is chocolate good for your body? Dark chocolate, which contains more than 70% of cacao, is good for your health. Usually chocolate contains only 20 to 30% of cacao. Real chocolate melts gently in the mouth, so the tooth decay index is not as high as you might think. High in calories in chocolate is fat, not sugar. Oily, such as chocolate before meals, eating food that's helpful for your diet study and give the feeling of fullness too. Chocolate as a whole can be called a health food. Eating moderately is rather beneficial to your health. Cacao, the main ingredient in chocolate, is rich in antioxidants called polyphenols. Polyphenol, which inhibits free radicals in the body, which are the main culprits of aging, has the effect of preventing diabetes and cancer. The trace caffeine in chocolate makes the central nerve feel better by stimulating it lightly.